children, how are you? I'm here today from Somerville, Massachusetts, the City of Lights, to teach you the rules of the card game Uno. It's one of my 5 favorite childhood games, so I want to spread the joy and love of the game onto you. Now the rules are set up into 4 parts: setup, gameplay, cards, and scoring. And I will go into each one of those in detail. Setup. The game is for 2 to 10 players ages 7 and over. Every player starts with 7 cards, and they are dealt face down. The rest of the cards are placed in a pile face down. Next to the pile, a space should be designated for the discard pile. The top card should be placed on the discard pile, and the game begins. Gameplay. The first player, normally the youngest player, views his or her cards and tries to match the cards on the discard pile. You have to match either the number, type, or the color. For instance, if the discard pile has a red card that is an 8, you have to place either a red card or a card that is an 8. If the player has no matches, they must draw a card. There are 2 different ways to play regarding drawing new cards. The official Uno rules states that after a card is drawn, the player can discard it if it is a match, or if not, play passes on to the next player. The other type is when players continue to draw cards until they have a match, even if it's 10 times. The game continues until a player has 1 card left. The moment a player has just 1 card, they must yell Uno. If they are caught by another player, they must draw 2 new cards. Once a player has no cards remaining, the game is over, points are scored, and play begins again. Cards. Besides the number of cards, there are several other cards that help mix up the game. Reverse, if going clockwise, switch to counterclockwise, or vice versa. Skip, when a player places this card, the next player has to skip their turn. Draw 2, when a person places this card, the next player will have to pick up 2 cards. Wild, this card represents all 4 colors and can be placed on any card. The player has to state which color it will represent for the next player. It can be played regardless of whether another card is available. Wild, draw 4. This acts just like the wild card, except that the next player has to draw 4 cards. That stinks. With this card, you must have no alternative cards to play. Finally, scoring. When a player no longer has any cards and the game ends, he receives points. All opponents' cards are given to the winner, and points are counted. All number cards are the same value as the number on the card. A 9 is 9 points. Draw 2, 20 points. Reverse, 20 points. Skip, 20 points. Wild, 50 points. Wild draw, 50 points. The first player to 500 points wins the game, and you are the Uno champion. Congratulations.
You put the